We've all seen them. That person strolling through the park, hiking a trail, or maybe just walking down the street completely on their own. It's such a common sight, right? But have you ever stopped to wonder what's really going on inside their head? Well, it might be something way more powerful than you think. Today, we're going to unpack the fascinating psychology of walking alone. So, just for a second, think about it. You see that solitary figure. What's your gut reaction? Is it a pang of sympathy, a bit of curiosity, or maybe, if we're being honest, even a hint of judgment? Whatever that first thought is, just hold on to it. We're about to dive into where those assumptions come from and show you why they might be completely off base.
And this right here gets to the heart of it. On one side, you've got the myth that someone is walking alone because they're lonely or sad, or maybe just trying to avoid the world. But on the other side, there's the psychological reality. They're actually firing up their brain for a powerful mental workout. So it's not about avoidance at all. It's all about activation. Okay, so first things first, let's tackle that myth head on. We're going to unpack those social assumptions we all seem to make so easily about the solitary stroller.
Do any of these look familiar? I bet they do. Oh, they must be lonely. Are they sad? Maybe they're just antisocial. It's a totally natural reaction. Our brains are kind of wired to see social connection as the default setting, so when we see someone by themselves, we often read it as a negative, like something is missing. But that's only half the story. But here's the big pivot. What if we've been looking at this whole thing from the wrong angle? What if walking alone isn't a passive retreat from the world, but an active, intentional journey into the mind? This is where it starts to get really, really interesting. So if it's not about getting away from people, what's it really about? Well, this brings us to the true purpose of a solo walk. It's all about creating a very special kind of mental space. This quote just nails it. The goal isn't to run away from people. It's to find a little bit of mental freedom. It's about carving out that time to just let your thoughts drift and explore without all the constant dings, pings, and interruptions of daily life. It's about giving your mind permission to just wander. And there's actually a term for this. Psychologists call it a deeper thinking state. Think of it as a mental sweet spot. When you get rid of all that external chatter, no conversation, no podcasts, no notifications, you're basically allowing your brain to switch gears. It stops just reacting to everything happening around you and starts processing, organizing, and creating from within. So what is actually happening in your brain during one of these walks? Let's get into the science of solitude for a minute and see exactly how this brain boost works.
This breaks it down perfectly. It's basically a three-step process. First, over on the left, you escape all the distractions. That means phone away, no noise. That's what allows you to enter that deeper thinking state there in the middle. And that is where the magic happens. Your brain is now totally free to start connecting complex ideas in new and unexpected ways.
Yep, think of your brain as being filled with all these different ideas. Stuff from work, things you read, conversations you had. Normally, they're all just kind of floating around in there. But in the quiet of a solo walk, those creative networks really fire up and start building bridges. An idea from a book you read last month might suddenly click with a problem you're having at work. And that's no accident. That's your brain doing what it does best when you finally give it some space.
Okay, this is all fascinating stuff, but let's get practical. How can you make this your own creative superpower? Let's talk about putting this insight into practice.
And the benefits here are real. They're powerful. We are talking about a serious boost in creativity, the ability to untangle complex problems that felt totally stuck, and a kind of mental clarity that is so hard to find anywhere else. It's not just a walk. It's one of the most accessible and effective thinking tools you have. So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. That person you see walking alone isn't retreating from life. They're actually engaging with it on a much deeper level. They're using a simple but incredibly powerful technique to think more clearly and creatively. It's not just about being alone. It's about being alone with your thoughts. So the next time you've got a tough problem to solve, or an idea you really want to flesh out, or you just need to clear your head, maybe the answer isn't to find more input, but to seek a little solitude. Dish the headphones, put the phone away, and just walk. The only question left is, where will your mind wander?